Cynthia from Seven Blood Fire here. I am going to be doing a walkthrough of the new social media scatter tracking thing that I've been using that I made in Microsoft Excel and then transferred over into Google Drive. This is in the author resource library that I have. You can get to that through signing up for my Indie Biz newsletter on my website, sevenbloodfire.com. But I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of my wanting to do like a bunch of tweets and stuff, and like there's a scheduling limit, and once you hit that threshold you can't really go over. So if you overschedule, then like you're left with a bunch of holes on when you can post stuff, unless you have another way to manage it. And like I don't have a social media manager that, you know, the kind you pay for, so I've made this so that it'll hold unlimited number of tweets and posts and stuff like that. It pairs with Notion, and the Notion thing pairs with AI, so that you can like plug in a blog and say, hey, generate hashtags, format it this way, I want this many nice little clickbaity posts, blah, blah, blah. You'll grab that. So basically, it's awesome. But I've got a calendar here that shows me basically all of the days that have the posts. Which I filled that out from a table, and then like here's the post that got generated, and I went ahead and labeled favoritism. So like this is a 5-star. This would be one I want to fill in my posting schedule, so I have something instead of nothing that day. And I would actually go into the social media scatter tracker, put it in there, mark it those days, and then actually come to the calendar. Like they would be Sundays. I would actually come through here and put it in there. And then on all of those days, and that way, whenever it comes to the actual day to post, I'm just looking at the schedule. I don't have to look at these. So like all that set up ahead of time. I'll just come in here, like let's say it's Tuesday. I'll grab each and every one of these little things like there. Let's say there's 2 of them. So there would be one there and then one there. So I'd grab these one at a time, go over to Twitter or wherever else, post it. Come back, grab the next one, post it, come back, grab the next one, post it. That would like maybe take 5 minutes. So like I'm gonna leave that there. But yeah, that would take like barely 5 minutes. And then once it's done, just, you know, hit the icon, turn it into a check mark, and then, you know, it's easy said and done. So this is a great way to do it for free, instead of paying for an expensive program that they don't even go over the Twitter limit or whatever, the scheduling limit, because of the platform's rules and policies and stuff. So let's go into, let's see, I'll show you the sevenbloodfire.com newsletter here. It's the second one. This is where it'll take you into the Google Drive folder once you get the welcome email. And then you'll pick this one here. It says Social Media Scatter Tracker, and that is what we're on. I will start with the instructions here. So it says you'll need to set your starting date. So it has to start on a Sunday. I'm gonna go here and I'm like, let's pretend this was empty, right? And I will go ahead and put 3/17/2024, because that's the first Sunday. That's the first day of the week. It's Sunday. So yeah, Sunday, and yeah, okay. So that right there, we'll go ahead and set all of the dates throughout the tracker, or the scatter tracker. Now going into the first page, you'll see 10 pages at the bottom that are all for odd weeks, and then all of those have the letter A attached. And then over on the right hand side, moving over, you've got letter B attached to all of those names. So we're on the odd weeks, not the even weeks. Purple is odd, blue is even. All right, so I want to put my Twitter post on all of these days. I want it every other even week, so that's like once a month. Because it's a favorite, I'll put it several times throughout. And then I also want to put it on Wednesdays. I want to have it twice a week. So Wednesday, I want to fill in every single day. And then also on Saturday, every other day. Okay, so these are the dates that I'm going to put for this particular Twitter post, right? What I will do is dates that I'm going to want for posting. I'm going to copy these. I will put these dates Ugh. Let me paste that as plain text. There we go. I'm going to put those dates, and I'll put Sunday post, even weeks. Oh, sorry, odd weeks. That's purple. Odd weeks. And then shift, enter, enter. And then I'll go to the next ones. Copy those in. So that'll be that. Wednesday. Post. Odd weeks. Shift, enter, enter. Verify. Whoop. Paste as plain text. I have to right click and go to plain text. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Saturday. Post. Odd weeks. And then right click, paste as plain text, and that'll put it in that format instead of like right next to each other. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy this Twitter post that was generated by the AI with the hashtags and the link and everything. You'll go over to your calendar and you're going to look for those dates. All right. You'll put them underneath, but I'm going to put mine on top. There we go. So you'll come through here and you'll search for the weeks. So there's going to be that one. You'll put them at the end and then you'll just enter it in. And then this will basically create a schedule for all the ones that you're going to be posting. So this one didn't even have one, but I'll enter it down twice. This way you can tell where your posts are. But as you make this, you'll go through and you'll just basically follow that list that you pretty much made on this other page over here in the social media scatter tracker. So when you do that, you'll end up going to your calendar, which will show you where those are. Go to the next month, and then I can see these yet again. So like this one here, because I see that red X, these were just added in. So go to the next one, there'll be another one there on Sunday yet again. And then on Sunday yet again, there's another one. So basically, as I do that, that's why you're seeing all these posts on this calendar. You can see where those posts are sitting. So let me go back to today. This one right here had like 2 of them. So what you'll do on the day of, you'll look at this little calendar, you'll copy this, go over to Twitter and post, and that's it. Ta-da! I'm going to go ahead and talk about a couple of extra things that are benefits of this social media tracker, scatter tracker. This is where it comes in handy. Let's say these are all different posts and stuff. I want to be able to see how many times, like throughout all the different pages, there's multiple different pages for the same set of weeks. I want to be able to see how many times I have posted for a specific day across all those different pages, because you may have one post you're doing per page, or you may have multiple posts you're doing, but you want to see kind of roughly what else going on. Well, I had like 1,000 posts that I was scheduling, and I hit that wall at 500 whenever I found out the platform has the 500 scheduled posts limit. So I wanted to see basically how my scatter was and which days were weak, and this is what I made. So over here, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to try to zoom in. Where's the zoom in button? Oh yeah, it's Google Drive. Google Drive is not the same as Excel. There we go. So over here on column A, you see a number. This populates whenever you have an X there. So I'll take it away. It goes away. I add it back. It comes back. If I go to page 2, it's still there. But if you notice, this first date is the same as the date before on the page before. These are all the same schedule. And of course, they're all odd weeks because I'm on the purple section. I can change it if you look in the formula. You change that 14 to a 7, you can change that to weekly, but I like it as odd weeks and even weeks. X's and stuff, you'll see how many times you've got a post on that day. So like, let's say I have a different post on another day, and then another post on the same day. And then later on, I ended up doing another post on the same day that was different. So even coming up here, even though this page all was for the one post, or like this column was for one post, and I had so many that filled up the other ones, I still wanted to see all the posts throughout all of the scheduling. This will tell me how many are for that specific day. Now, throughout all the Sundays of the year, because it's almost a year spread, all the Sundays for all the odd weeks is here. There will be another number for all the even weeks, and that one's separate. But that'll tell you all the Sundays for all the odd weeks. So if you notice, whenever you put an X in, the gray, that's the cell, that's the day on this page. That is the day that you just marked as having social media. July 7th of 2024. The entire week is showing, hey, you have at least one post this week, but the gray is showing this is a day that has a post. And then I can go over here. Well, now that's a day that has a post. So being able to count up how many posts you have per week. How do you do that? Well, for the page only, you'll look at the red column over here. It says page. This is for the page. And every single page has the same 4 columns over here. There will be a page only. There's one for all the odd weeks. There's one for all the even weeks. And then there's one that calculates both, as in everything. Just to kind of get a 2-week spread instead of a weekly. But anyway, so the number up top is going to calculate all of the posts per week all together for the whole year. So that's basically, it's for this page only. This is how many you scheduled of that post or whatever else that you're adding with it. The number below it, each of these numbers here are basically calculating all the posts for the entire week. If you look at the purple number, that's all the pages, but at the red number over here is going to be for this page only. So you can actually see where your week at overall, which is purple, or this page only, which is, it makes it really handy. It's a lot easier to see where your stuff is. So if you're looking at one thing, you'd be like, okay, well, this is all the social media posts about me making a hamburger. I can see how many times I posted about it. I want to see how it fits in with my other schedule. So I've got 4 posts total on that particular day. One of them's hamburger, one of them's hot dogs, one of them is puppies and kittens and whatever. So, and then there's another one that's just random whatever. So I've got 4 posts that day, and then looking over here, 3 of them are for my social media post on this. So that means I've got a pretty heavy week for kittens and puppies and only 1 post for hamburgers. So that means I've got a fluff week and I need to put more hamburger posts on because that's the main content that I'm sharing instead of the other stuff, or that's the main thing that I'm marketing right now. So if you want to see overall how many for the whole week, I also do that. I will try to zoom in again here. This thing is not Excel. I keep wanting to just grab the screen and zoom in. Anyway, so the column here with purple is always odd weeks, blue is always even weeks. That's how I have a colored order of operations that I work in. It's the same with sticky notes and everything else I do. Even how I write and separate everything else, I do it purple, then blue, then pink, then yellow, then green. I think it's orange and then green, and then red. And over here, I went ahead and kind of skipped it. But yeah, you'll see it here too. So blue, purple, blue, that's supposed to be pink, yellow, green, orange, and red. So the purple for the odd weeks. This is all of the pages for odd weeks. That is all of the posts all throughout that I've scheduled. Now the ones here, this is yet again for that particular week. If you remember, every page has the same dates on it. This calculates all of them together, which includes this one. So the red is just this page. The purple is all of the pages, the group, basically. All pages together, the whole row, the whole week. The blue is basically the same, except for on the actual blue pages, which has a slightly different color background. It's a dark blue. It'll put the evens first. So that's the only difference between these. Wait, where was I? Yeah, page 1. On the even ones, the even page is first. On the odd ones, the blue column is first, and that helps you because that's the week you're on, Anyway, so the green column, That one basically just tallies up both of them so you can see a 2-week spread. So I don't have anything posted for my even week because I've been working in the odd week, and I'm like, oh crap, I need to balance that and see kind of the difference between the two, whether I'm posting more heavily on this week or if I'm posting more heavily on that week, or like what can I do to balance this better. That's a really, really good tool, I think, to be able to kind of see where your social media posts are scattered and where they're condensed. So, let's see, I've already talked about the number up top. I've already talked about the numbers on the side, which is all of them for that particular day. I've talked about the red, which is for this page only. I've talked about the purple and the blue, which is odds or evens. I've talked about that. Let me zoom back out for a second to see if I missed anything, and then I'll move on to, I believe it should be the final things. Let's see. I will add in a note that don't type into the date cells because these are automated. Whenever I said earlier to type in the Sunday of the week that you want to start with, that literally sets all of these. So I will show you what's going to happen whenever I empty this out. And all of these are going to be blanks or messed up. If you notice, the date is weird. So 1900, that's because it started with the timestamp for 0. And I believe that's 1/1/1900 or something like that. But whenever you put the date in, it'll actually add all of those together. So all these cells, every cell on here is formulas. All of the numbers on the skinny cells, I'll zoom back in. All of these cells here, the far left next to the date, don't type in those either. So like cell A, don't type in that, but cell B is the one where you'll put your X's. Cell D, don't type in there, but cell E is the one. It's basically the one that's touching the date cell. So you're going to go into that, put an X. That's the one that you're going to put in, because otherwise you're going to mess up the formula and it won't calculate anymore. If you want to fix it, you can just drag that up. So if you accidentally mess it up to where it's not there anymore, like there's 2 of them mixing, and I will show it here, they're not calculating. That's because it's missing. So you'll just drag that up and it'll fix it. So there is a way to fix it. Just don't panic and remember, just drag it. Just drag it. All right. Let's see. So that's all of those. Okay. Now the last feature of this is the dates with no posts area. And this is actually really, really nifty and quite handy. Because it gives you a new perspective on the days, specifically the days that you have it done. So when you come over here, all you got to do, don't type in here, first of all, because it'll cause it to ref just like that. It's an error. It's a filter function, which spills whatever. It filters out for that week. Basically, if there's no X, then it'll spit out the date. So if there's an X by it, it's going to take it off of there. So let's say 3/31/24. I'm going to take that off of here by putting an X because I scheduled that in. Now 3/21/24 is no longer in here. Now the first one is 4/28. This lets you know the days that you have not put a post on. So you can tell, hey, this is my vacation or whatever. You can do that. This is a great way to have a list for other types of posts or whatever else you're wanting to do. You can put those in, plug those in elsewhere, and then you don't have to worry about it or whatever. It's nice to see the actual size of the list, like how many other weeks do you not have posts for? And like that's a pretty powerful tool. So you got page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10A, which is all for posts. And then you have the master copy, which is this is you don't type on the master copy at all. It's just basically a summary. It doesn't have a place for you to type in anything. It literally just does the overall counts. Let me see if I can zoom in here. There we go. So there is no column ABC for it because there's nothing in between. It's just A and B. So the date is on B instead of where it was, which was on C. But these, yet again, are auto-calculated, so you'd want to change that on the instructions page, set the date right there. So, there again, it shows you all the posts for that day, and it won't ever calculate the ones for the blue pages. If you're on purple, it won't calculate for the blue because that one is a separate set. So if you do decide to make these weekly, you're going to end up setting it up on both of them for like separate things. So you can be like, hey, this is for this brand and that one's for that brand, and I don't want to see them like intermingling with each other. Or you can do it like, hey, this one is for this profile or media outlet, and that one's for that one. You can actually do it that way. You can create as many versions of this file as you want and be able to do different things with all of them. And like, it's a really, really good way to kind of keep things separate as well as combine them, kind of change up how everything looks. And like, it's really, really handy, and it's a nice way to do it. So once again, the way to get to this social media scatter tracker is to go to my website, 7bloodfire.com. I should have the link below. Go to my indie business newsletter. You'll subscribe. I will put a note on here, though, not only on here, but also on the welcome email. Down at the bottom, I have a note. It says, make sure you add this email to your list of approved senders so that it won't go to the spam folder. But if you want to see what all I'm adding and the extra things that I plan to be adding that I will be giving updates for, you'll want to follow me on my social media. There again, it's in that tracker file. But I talk a little bit about everything that I will be doing and giving away and making social media posts on and everything else. So yeah, like, this thing is freaking awesome. You'll go to that Google file and you'll download it there. There again, you've got the social media tracker. You've got a prompt here that talks about how to generate with AI for plotting and stuff.